Say I Love You follows the story of quiet loner Mei Tachibana and popular Yamato Kurosawa. The manga was first published in 2008, with a 13-episode series airing in 2012. I really loved watching the series as a child, but upon rewatching, I have thoughts. Not all are good. Not all are bad either, though. So, let's get into it. Episode 1, a flashback to childhood plays, setting up a core part of Mei's personality. The class pet is killed, and her so-called friends blame her for it. Mei inner monologues that she wants to be alone so that she can't get hurt, because even now her peers belittle and shame her.
Hey, Tachibana. Still single after all these years, Tachibana? Wow, ignoring us?
You know, you can't ask a girl like that about her love life.
Oh yeah, sweet 16 and never been kissed.
As if it's weird to be 16 and never been kissed. That's most people, I'm afraid. Yamato and his best friend Takashi talk about how all the girlies want Yamato, and how it's strange that he's so indifferent to them all, when Takashi crashes into Mei and knocks her over. She's pretty livid considering it was an accident, but given how much of a creep Takashi is...
Word on the street is Sano's chock full of busty babes with bodacious tatas. If you keep on wearing your skirts short like that, you might end up being victimized by a real pervert.
Yeah, I'd be suspicious too. Yamato is immediately intrigued by the aloof Mei, even more so when Takashi does his classic creep shit and Mei mistakenly ninja kicks Yamato instead of Takashi. Dude's low-key into bully play. Yamato seeks out Mei to apologize for the incident, although he also said that Takashi's preferred behavior is harmless, so I don't know about that. Mei also apologizes, and Yamato thinks she's adorable, and he teases her, and Mei gets all flustered and storms off. Yamato tries really hard to be her friend, even giving her his digits so that they can hang out. Mei flexes and shows that she only has 2 contacts, but really she just ends up trauma dumping about how people suck. Mei works at a bakery, and one night she closes late and this creepy customer follows her. She hides out in a convenience store, desperately trying to call home to her mom. But no one answers, forcing her to call Yamato. He rushes over to her, and they leave together. In order to ward off the stalker, Yamato pretends to be her boyfriend, telling Mei he loves her and kissing her on the lips. And... Mei's life flashes before her eyes? Not sure if that's a good sign. Episode 2. Mei is so flustered about the kiss, maybe because he didn't ask? That combined with the fact that Yamato was able to tell that it was her first kiss. Anyhow, she starts fantasizing about him, and she's got it bad. Asami says good morning to Mei the following day and gives her a gift. She notices Mei's new crush and reveals that Yamato is kind of a player. She says that she's always been insecure about having bigger breasts, but in middle school, Yamato defended her from a bunch of bullies, so she fell in love with him.
The only sickos here are you 2 hypocrites. Remember that porn site you were showing me the other day? You had like 1,000 bookmarks on chicks with big boobs.
Damn it, Kurosawa.
It's okay. I'm a fan of big breasts myself. If you're gonna look. Just don't be a jerk and act like you don't like it. Right?
But she adds that Yamato doesn't kiss girls he actually likes, so she's shit out of luck. Yamato later calls Mei to invite her to karaoke, but Mei just interrogates the dude about his love life.
I do what I want, when I want, and that's all there is to it.
Gross, dude. Mei hangs up on him, lol. Get wrecked, loser. Later in the bathroom, Mei overhears these 2 bitches talking shit about Asami, so she fucking calls them out like a boss, and ends up in a catfight. Mei tells everyone she fell, and Asami takes her to the infirmary. And guess who shows up? The bitches. They're trying to skip class by hiding out in the nurse's office, and they're trying to start shit, but then Takashi shows up, because he got hit in the face earlier. And honestly, he just makes everything worse, because he is the worst. Takashi reveals that he is in love with Asami, and Mei hypes him up, so he goes to confess to Asami. Honestly, it's a pretty damn good confession. And so they start going out. This emboldens Mei to hunt down Yamato at karaoke. He teases her and she gets flustered, and then he just kisses her? No consent.
What was that for? Tell me!
I guess I just felt like it.
Dude, get some help. Mei is rightfully pissed off, so he keeps on kissing her. He wants her to understand that he's for real about her. Makes so much sense, right? I mean, you can argue their first kiss was necessary to scare off the stalker, but he has no right to keep smooching her without her consent. And he's supposed to be the nice guy. Episode 3. Mei and Yamato plan a date to go to the hair salon, which Mei ends up being 20 minutes late to. And she didn't even call to say she'd be late. Girl, you're lucky he waited. Or unlucky, given what happened last episode.
I guess I just felt like it.
But their plans change when they run into Yamato's friends, Masashi and Aiko, who invite them to a double date at the bowling alley. Mei is a freaking prodigy. Aiko, however, is a jealous bitch, and she tries to dissuade Mei from dating Yamato by revealing that she's had sex with him. And it works. Mei leaves, but Yamato chases after her, despite Aiko's attempts to stop him. Now we get an Aiko flashback. Basically, she changed herself to be her boyfriend's type, but Yamato complimented her natural beauty. Then her boyfriend cheated on her, and she coerces Yamato into having sex with her. Then she develops an eating disorder that is never fully addressed. Yamato eventually tracks down Mei and takes her to his old middle school, where he trauma dumps about being fake to blend in with the crowd in order to not get bullied. And when his best friend became the next target, he basically did nothing to stop it. And even now, he is still trying to blend in with the crowd. Mei is like, "You got issues," as if she doesn't also have issues.
Can I kiss you?
Dude finally learns about consent. Episode 4. Yamato gives Mei a matching bracelet. Rumors about the two of them dating have spread around the school like wildfire, which attracts the attention of Kakeru, a fuckboy. He invites the new couple to lunch, and when Yamato steps away to answer a phone call, Kakeru goes full creep mode. Mei is such a baddie, though. She deletes his number, pays for a meal, and leaves. Yamato returns, realizes what happened, and punches Kakeru in the face.
Mei isn't one of your freaking subsidators, got it? Mei is mine.
So healthy. He tries to chase her down, but she avoids him. Kakeru updates Aiko on the developing situation. Aiko is like, haha, you're a loser, you don't compare to Yamato, which pisses him off, so he picks on her body issues. Mei overhears, and she roasts Kakeru for his bad eating manners. Aiko is stunned, and Kakeru storms off. Mei compliments Aiko by acknowledging the hard work she put in to look beautiful. And they're kind of friends now?
Both of you are gonna get on my nerves anyway. You both suck.
Yamato is finally able to apologize to Mei for Kakeru's behavior. Mei asks for the truth between him and Aiko. And you know what? At least the dude is honest. So, there's that. Episode 5. Mei and Yamato find an abandoned kitten, which Yamato adopts. He invites Mei to come over to his house and visit with her cat, Marshmallow. Dude is secretly a rich kid. Mei meets the bratty little sister, Nagi. Yamato reveals that she started acting up a couple months ago and hasn't been to school. Flashback time. Nagi basically gets used by her peers for her fancy house, and she overhears them say that they don't even really like her. Takashi calls Yamato and demands that he visit immediately to receive the gift he and Asami bought for him, so he leaves. Mei returns the stuffed rabbit Nagi dropped and compliments her baking. Nagi invites Mei into her room, where she shows off all her arts and crafts. Mei reveals that she was used by fake friends too, and they bond over their shared trauma. When Yamato returns, he finds Mei and Nagi asleep, cuddling. Episode 6. Mei secretly practices her baking with the help from Nagi. A model named Megumi transfers to their school since it's located near her agency. She immediately hits on Yamato, but he rejects her.
Girls who only care about their looks and their appearance just turn me off.
The next day, Megumi apologizes to both Yamato and Mei, claiming she didn't know Yamato had a serious girlfriend. Megumi mentions that her agency is looking for a new male model, and Yamato agrees to fill in temporarily. Day of the photo shoot arrives, and Yamato has to model with Megumi as a couple, which makes Mei super jealous and insecure.
Yamato looks like a real model.
Yeah, they look like a real couple. In that scenario.
Not helpful, dude. Episode 7. Everyone is fangirling over Yamato's appearance in a magazine. Megumi says that the agency has been receiving a ton of inquiries about him, and they want him back. Yamato asks for Mei's opinion, and she half-heartedly says that he should go for it. Mei and Yamato eat their lunch together alone on the rooftop, where Mei reveals her secret baking attempts. She's too embarrassed to let him eat them, but he's super happy to see how she's thinking about him. Megumi and Yamato finish another photo shoot together, and she invites Yamato to eat dinner with her. She vents a little about how she normally is all alone since her mother always works late. And since Yamato can't say no to other people, he agrees to make this a regular thing. Rinse, repeat. Yamato spends less and less time with Mei, and more time with Megumi. Asami and Aiko are starting to get suspicious, especially as rumors spread that Yamato is seen coming out of Megumi's house. Mei cries, and Asami and Aiko comfort her and convince her to talk about it. This boosts Mei's confidence enough to run up to Yamato and very publicly kiss him. Now it's Mei's turn to learn about consent. Now, to be fair to Yamato, Mei has in no way, shape, or form communicated that she's unhappy with him or the situation, so how is he supposed to know? Dude can't read minds. However, dude should be socially aware enough to realize that going over to another girl's house, in which said girl has confessed her feelings to you, is a huge no-no. And he never even told Mei about it. She learns this all secondhand, which is shitty. Anyways, episode 8. Yamato and Mei walk home together, where he reveals that the agency has asked him to stay on longer. Mei still doesn't communicate her feelings, and instead gets embarrassed by his attentions and calls him creepy, which makes him back way off. Asami gives Mei a keychain that supposedly matches one Yamato received, but he doesn't wear his. And it's revealed in a magazine interview that Megumi has a crush on a fellow model, so everyone knows that she likes Yamato. Aiko has had enough of this bullshit, so she calls out Yamato on his late-night dinners. Yamato decides to bail on Megumi and find Mei and apologize. New character alert! While Mei is working, a customer comes in named Kai. He is really jealous of her limited edition keychain and reveals that he's transferring to her high school. Mei walks home from work and her bracelet snaps. Yamato finally locates her and apologizes for his behavior. Mei finally opens up about her feelings. They start picking up the bracelet pieces, but embrace midway through. Episode 9. Yamato tells Megumi that he's quitting modeling, and she gets very pouty about it. Yamato walks Mei home from work, and she invites him inside to dry off from the rain. Yamato gives Mei a couple's ring, and it almost gets PG-13 up in here, but Mei's mom comes in before anything risque happens. But now Mei is starting to call Yamato by his first name, so progress! Kai has officially transferred to their school now, and it turns out that he was Yamato's friend from middle school, the one that got bullied. He tells Mei that the reason he transferred back in the area was to get revenge on his former bullies. Mei is like, then you're just like them. I was bullied too, you know, but anger doesn't change anything. And she gives him a free snack. Kai leaves brutally, and we flash back to his trauma. Honest to God, these middle schoolers look more like middle-aged men. Anyways, he tracks down the ringleader, but the guy cowers and runs before he can even reveal his identity. So he reflects on what Mei said, and gives up the revenge arc, and then he bumps into Yamato, and tells him that he thinks he's in love with Mei. Episode 10. Megumi gives Kai free tickets to Land, the amusement park. She also has been stealing Asami away from Mei. Then this bitch fucking tells lies to Yamato that Mei and Kai are making date plans to go to Land together. And then she ditches her only true friend, Momo, because she's a bitch. Sure, she got insecurities, but like, you need to fucking chill, girl. Yamato gets super insecure and yells at Mei, and he also doesn't give her a chance to defend herself. As if this dude wasn't hanging out with another girl who he knew liked him, whereas Mei has no idea that Kai likes her. And Megumi continues to hang out with Asami and Aiko, further isolating Mei. I thought for sure Aiko wouldn't be so easily fooled by Megumi's act, but I guess I'm wrong. Kai walks Mei home from work, and he freaking confesses? Holy smokes. And rumors start to spread everywhere about the two of them. Yamato is all pissy because I guess Kai actually did invite Mei to go out to the amusement park, which was only revealed to us in a flashback. Okay. Kai and Yamato fight, literally. And Kai says he respects Mei because she doesn't sidestep her problems, which is fake news because the whole Megumi modeling arc, she didn't have the balls to tell Yamato how she was really feeling. But Yamato says something along the lines of, I'm not going to lose Mei to you, which gains Kai's respect and they make amends? Okay. Episode 11. Mei says good morning to her friends, and she actually communicates? What? That she was worried about losing them as friends to Megumi. Meanwhile, Megumi continues to blow off her only real friend. Kai confronts her about her bullshit petty-ass attitude, which just enrages her. She tries to invite Asami and Aiko to an exclusive event, but when they point out that it would exclude Mei, her true colors start to bleed through. Megumi goes to karaoke with a bunch of classmates, but when Momo shows up, Megumi makes a huge deal out of it, resulting in all her classmates abandoning her. She finally begins to realize that she is truly alone. Mei and Yamato go on an overnight date to Land, but then Nagi and her older brother Daichi crashes their date. Nagi really wanted to hang out with Mei, so she third wheels for the remainder of their time in Land. but they have a really great time. Next day...
Good morning. I fell asleep.
Oh yeah, out like a light.
Sorry.
Yeah? Well, I didn't let a little thing like that keep me from having fun with you.
I'm sorry, what? Yamato gets a phone call from the agency saying that they can't get in touch with Megumi. Episode 12. Mei takes Nagi home while Yamato rushes over to Megumi's house where he runs into Momo. They both try to convince Megumi into coming outside. Apparently, Momo is Megumi's childhood friend, and she's the one who taught Megumi to do makeup. She somehow hypes Megumi up enough to open the door, and they hug. Megumi returns to work and school, where she receives a lot of long time coming hate, but she realizes that she does have some real ones out there, so she cuts her hair to signify a new outlook on life. Mei gets a last-minute invite to go to the summer festival with her friends, meaning she shows up without a yukata. They have a baller time until Asami overeats and gets sick, resulting in the group leaving prematurely. Mei arrives back at home, only to be forced by her mom to go back out, this time in her yukata. She rushes back, but barely misses the fireworks display. Still, she's able to show off the look to Yamato, and they kiss underneath the starlit sky. Episode 13. Yamato misses school because he's sick, and Mei thinks it's all her fault for having him walk her home in the chilly evening air. The friend group encourages Mei to visit, so she loads up on drinks and medicine. She decides to call ahead, but Nagi wants to be the one to tend to sick Yamato, so she steals his phone and says, "Yamato doesn't want to see you today." And Mei overanalyzes the situation.
Is it because I got shy and pushed him away? And later that very same afternoon, he joked about taking me home and I gave him another push? And later on, Yamato suggested we try a snowboarding vacation, but that meant staying overnight together. Yamato must be angry because I pushed him so many times.
But a call from Asami convinces her to at the very least leave the stuff at his door. Meanwhile, Yamato is likewise freaking out because of what Nagi said. Then Kakeru randomly calls to tell Yamato that he's settled down with a girl who works at Bakery Farm, where Mei works. So Yamato thinks he means Mei.
I know I hit him, but jeez, it can't be. Kakeru has a girlfriend, and she has a job at Bakery Farm. Only Mei and that old woman work at Bakery Farm, right? But that's just crazy. Even a playboy like Kakeru wouldn't go for that old lady that runs the place. Kakeru-kun? No way. Then, Mei? Is it really you, Mei?
What about me?
You got her angry, and now she's going out with Kakeru instead of me. That's it. She pushed me away all those times yesterday. Mei, you thought I was acting sick and disgusting. Oh my God, what am I gonna do?
Yamato, are you okay? Keep it together, big brother!
No, it can't be. Mei would never do that to me. I can't take anymore. I'm going.
Get back in the
Mei stops out front of Yamato's house, where she spots one of Nagi's classmates with flowers. Yamato uses the doorbell diversion as a means of escaping and running to Mei's bakery to stop Kakeru, so they just miss each other. Yamato finds out the girlfriend in question is actually Mei's coworker, but his phone dies so he can't contact Mei. Luckily, they run into each other and embrace. After the credits roll, we hear Mei say, "I love you" for the first time. The end. Except there's episode 14, the OVA, which I found some super quality footage of from my super legal sources. It starts off with the girls all at Mei's house, baking cookies presumably for Valentine's Day. Yamato gets kicked out of the house, so he heads to the park to meet Kai. This is where they first met as kids and became friends. Kai asks Yamato why, despite being surrounded by people at school, he was always quick to come to the park alone. Yamato explains his trauma of trying to blend in with the crowd, and as a result losing all sense of identity. Kai reassures Yamato that he learned to be happy thanks to Yamato's personality. Megumi bumps into Kai while waiting at the bus stop. They banter a little bit. Kai vents about his childhood trauma, and Megumi vents about her modeling career. And it kinda hints that Kai and Megumi have feelings for each other, but I'm pretty sure they do not date in the manga, so it's weird. Anyways, Yamato tries some of Mei's cookies, and they're a success! Everyone claps. They make plans to do some baking again together in the future. Yamato and Mei walk to the vending machine, and Yamato thanks Mei for bringing a sense of meaning into his life. The end! For real this time. Look, I'm not really into romance dramas. I like comedy, I like laughing, I don't like stress, and this show is kinda stressful. There's just a lot of bullshit behind the scenes. I can understand why people enjoy it. Relationships aren't all sunshine and rainbows, so it's more realistic in that aspect. I will say, it was refreshingly different, because it doesn't have any of the classic cliches that you often see in shoujo anime, like Valentine's Day, Christmas, cultural festivals, sports day. None of that. As far as characters go, Mei is a baddie. I love how she'll defend others and rationally analyze and explain their behaviors, but when it comes to herself, she's much more critical and unassertive. Like, that hits way too close to home. Don't call me out like that. She also has a really beautiful arc of being distrustful towards everyone, but then learning to grow and put herself out there. And her head isn't constantly filled with, I need a boyfriend to live. Yamato, on the other hand, I like his insecurities and his backstory. The whole concept of being a people pleaser and masking to fit in with others really resonates with me. But he's kind of the worst boyfriend ever. It's very hypocritical to be like, ugh, I can't believe Mei is hanging out with Kai, but it's chill when I hang out with Megumi. And also the whole non-consensual kissing stuff. Obviously, big red flag there. It's weird. The first 2 episodes, they made Yamato out to be like this player, like a little bit of a bad boy, but then for the rest of the show, he's very sweet and thoughtful. It's like the author couldn't decide what kind of fantasy guy they wanted, so they tried both and then went with whatever was more popular in the comment section. Asumi and Aiko are both really cool characters. They are kind of underutilized in the anime. Takashi, gross. Megumi, bitch. Masahashi, who is this guy? Kai, he's the best character. Now, he has a really interesting backstory. I kinda almost ship him more with Mei than Yamato. It's such a shame that he was introduced so late into the series. I mean, it is only 12 episodes, with episodes 13 and 14 acting more like filler episodes than plot development, so you can't expect every character to be fully fleshed out by the end. Overall, I would give it a 5, maybe 6 out of 10. I think that there were equally as many bad things in the show as there were good. I did include like half of the very cutesy interactions between Yamato and Mei, so if this story is your cup of tea, things to look forward to, I guess. I just want to know, when will men learn consent? Take it easy, I hope you all had a happy new year. Yep, that's when I wrote this script, New Year's Day. It probably won't come out until February. I am juggling several videos right now, and I'm recovering from a cold, so that's what I'm blaming it on. Okay, see y'all later. Bye!